Actually started. I look a little bit washed out here. Let me see what I can do with my lighting. This is why we start streams about a minute early, so that way I can get these things fixed. There. I also have a kitten. Come here, buddy. He's playing in my room. He's having a blast. He's purring and chewing on me, so he's having fun. Yeah. So we got a lot of stuff to do today. I have been working to lots of 12-hour shifts, so today it's just going to be kind of something for me to just kind of sit back, relax, and just yak at people. We're going to place Kitty Cat back on the ground so he can run around and terrorize the neighborhood. Go ahead, buddy. Anyway, so today I just got off work, and as you guys know, today we are going to be building the Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores. I'm looking at it here, and this is a big set. It's a quite large Ninjago Dragons Rising set. As you guys can see here, it doesn't even fit into my camera unless I take it back a little bit. This one was $100. It's a pretty large set, and it's got a good array of minifigures. I'm really excited to be building another Ninjago set. It's been a little while. The last one I actually purchased was January of this year. It was given to me as a gift by my mother. It was, I don't remember the name of the set, but it was the two mechs. It was the Lloyd and Underworld, the Underworld mech fight. It was about 200 pieces. It was a $20 set. It was a pretty sweet little set. But we have this to build today, but we also have something else. And I picked this up just this morning while I was on the phone with my girlfriend. He's playing with a Walmart sack. Hey, you can't chew on that, buddy. Come here. Yeah. He was also playing to my. He was also chewing on my WeConnect wire, so he's being a little vicious little guy. Come here, guy. Anyway, so I also picked up another set while I was at Walmart. This one is much more cost efficient, and I seen it and I thought it was unique out of all the sets that they've put out recently. And it is the Imperium Dragon Hunter Hound. This one was $20. Very good for a budget. It's a good villain build. It's got the dog-looking thing. I just finished up watching the season, so it's actually called a Photac because it is actually a solid light projection beast. Kind of like, it looks like one of the Chima legend beasts, I'm not going to lie. We got Jay and Lloyd. As you guys know, Jay is my favorite ninja, so it's a pretty sweet little way to get him because he only comes in a bunch of the bigger sets. So he only comes in the Electric Dragon Battle, which is retailing for $130 right now. So it's pretty good because I don't have to buy that set now because I have him and all the other figures that come in that set for... Well, roughly, I paid about $120 for this overall. Yeah, so we get... Thank you. Yeah, I named that cat Vincent. The cat is a little pain in the butt sometimes. She's cute, though. And, yeah, she's a good little cat. She's a stray. And we dug her out from underneath our house because she was just vibing under there. She's just stuck, couldn't get back out. So I took one of the panels off and rescued her. She's a good little cat. A little vicious, though. That's what I will say. She's a little vicious. But as you guys can see, we got Lloyd and Jay. And then in this set, the big one that you guys came here for, we have Kai, Cole, and Nia. So we have basically the entire ninja team except for Zane and Wu. Other than that, we'd have the entire original ninja team. So I'm probably just going to pick up the Zane car. That way I don't have to pick up the, Electric Dragon Battle, because that's the only other set Zane comes in this wave. So I'm just going to pick up the $30 Zane car. And it comes with some good villains, a good build, and another Cole. Cole hasn't been in the show this last half season, so it kind of sucks. But we do get Cole in this set here, and he looks great. So I'm excited to get this thing opened up. We also get Lord Ross. He kind of looks straight out of Chima. And we also get the Spirit of the Temple, which kind of looks like a Season 5 Possession ghost. He looks great. I'm not going to lie. He looks very interesting. He looks like he could be like a physical embodiment of the cursed realm or something of that nature. We also get Empress Beatrix. She is the big bad of the season, and she is kind of worshipped in. Looks like we had a little bit of technical difficulties there. Kitty Cat, I think Kitty Cat's playing with the Wi-Fi. I don't know. But yeah, so we get a Photak Beast because Imperium is like a very dystopian. I don't know. It's just a very dystopian place. They have very high-tech technology, and they're very smart, but at the same time, they have a regime that kind of controls the place, and that is maintained through dragon energy, which is why, the sets are called the Dragon's Rising sets. And yeah, so, the ninja look very high-tech. They have the weird little anime-looking, like, visors in their masks and stuff. But thankfully, we do have a normal-looking face. They all have double-sided heads, so we do get a normal, like, face that actually looks like that is some sweet artwork. Look at that. It looks like Lloyd jumping with his swords. One thing I am going to critique about these sets is the fact that all the ninja just get double katanas for some reason. Which, I mean, it's kind of cool because they do have the sword pack, but most of the time they would have the double swords as well as, like, their main iconic weapons. So, like, Jay would have his nunchucks, and Lloyd would have his big old curved blade. And Kai has always just kind of had katanas. He's never really had a specialized katana piece other than, like, the Dragon Sword of Fire. In that one time where they gave him machetes for some reason. Cole should have his big old hammer. Like, that is his most iconic weapon, is his hammer. He carries it everywhere. His hammer or his scythe. Those are his two weapons. Zane's not on here, but he also just gets double katanas. Nia doesn't have a spear or any of her, like, Samurai X gadgets. But other than that, that's the only thing I really have to say about these ninja figures. Let's get to opening these up. So I was thinking maybe about building the first one here, which is the smaller of the two, the Imperium Hunter Hound. But which one should I start with? Should we go small one or big one? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. So should we go big boy, the temple, or should we get the Hunter Hound? Over the next 12 seconds, you can vote down in the comments. If I get none, I'm going to go ahead and just start with the small one. Other than that, finish your voting before I finish my lemonade. That's good lemonade. Looks awesome. Small, lol. Okay. Well, small. Okay. Yep, we're going to go ahead and do the small one. So the big temple is going to be our grand finale. This boy is huge. Big. So we got 1v1. We have a third viewer, and they need to go off and round it out. They need to say small or big. So if you haven't voted yet, you need to vote. Let's see which one can finish it off. Oh, I didn't even notice that. I'm apparently very blind whenever it comes to stuff. Not that I didn't just, like, completely notice it, because I did comment on it while I was at Walmart. We got some sweet Nia art here. Nia is also only in bigger sets this time around, so it's pretty good that I got her here. It's one of the cheaper ways to get her, other than a $30 4+ set, which I don't really collect the ones that are, like, really dumbed down, because it's just not my thing. Obviously I'm not the target audience. It's for, like, ages 4 and up. This one's 8 and up, I believe. Yeah, 8 and up. So yeah, it's actually worth the money, in my opinion. So yeah, we got some sweet Nia art. It looks like she's going off and, like, pushing her sword forward, which she would never use a sword, or at least a katana, like that, because if you try to stab someone with it, it's going to fold and break under its own force. That's why you swing it. That's why you always see people going off and, holding katanas like this to block instead of like this, because if you hold it like this, someone can come along and just boom, and your sword is broken in half, because katanas are so thin, and that is the reason why they have so much cutting power, is because they are so thin, and they'll just go off and push right through different types of metals and such. And they can cut straight through it, you know, like hot butter, hot knife through butter, I should say. But it can go straight through it like nobody's business. And I don't know why they have her stabbing like this. Unless she wants to break the tip off her katana there. I don't know. I guess it's just an oversight. So we still only have... I'm losing my voice. We still only have one vote for small and one vote for big. I'm losing my voice. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and check the comments one more time just in case I seen something. Nope. They're still just at one vote for each. Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Chicken nuggies are the best. If you disagree, I don't care. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go to 6 and see which one it lands on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Oh, we just got the final one. Small. So we are going small first. Pop open the blade. Just in case there are any children watching, do not pop open blades unless you have parents' permission. It's not very nice. It's not safe. So since I am an adult, I give myself permission, unless other people object to it. So we're just going to slide it through here as to not damage the box. Because some Lego boxes, they do age pretty well, and then they go off and actually become worth some money. Because some people will regret throwing their boxes away and look on eBay because they want a complete set. And whenever a set goes off and ages well on the aftermarket, and they're not as common anymore, people want them in their original packaging, so they'll pay more just for a box than they would for the entire set at retail value. So this set right here, even though it's not going to age very well, you know, because it's only $20 set and it's mass produced, its box would probably only be worth maybe $3 or $4 tops, but it is part of the value. All right, let's slide the contents out. Oh boy, that's some big pieces. All right, so we got 2 bags. This one we should blow through in about maybe 20 minutes. Anyway, the box art looks pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie. We got Aaron and the electric dragon up there. I've just been calling it Wisp, but it's not Wisp. Wisp is dead. Rip to Wisp. F's in the chat down below, by the way, for Wisp. I loved that dragon. That dragon was so cool in season 1. I'm really excited to get more of the Claws of Imperium. I think that they're really sweet. They got really cool armor and such. I can't wait to go off and build the first one. This one is the Claw General, which is kind of weird, you know, because we've only ever seen the just plain old normal claws in the show. So here we have Lloyd in bag 1. Pretty cool. We got Jay in bag 2. Can't really see his pieces. There you go. And then in bag 3, we have the Claw General sticker sheet. And then the very boring, bland-looking instructions. I really wish that they would go back to the days where they had the box art on the cover. But here's one of my main gripes with Lego is they have been reducing the quality of their products, but charging more for the products. So it kind of stinks because even with sets like, even with themes, I should say, like Ninjago, then we've been paying, you know, prices all this time that are relatively cheaper than most other themes, you know, because it's a value theme, so Lego doesn't have to pay royalties or anything like that to other companies like Disney. Also, is this a good camera angle? Do you guys want to see me piecing it together, or would you rather see my beautiful face? That is up to you guys to decide. But for now, I'm going to show you guys the build process because I don't know about you guys, but whenever I watch a stream about Lego, I want to see the Lego. I don't care about the person's face. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and, oh my gosh, that is a really cool armor piece. I'm excited. Okay, so we're going to put our sticker sheet right here, just so that way I don't lose it. It's going to be in frame. You guys can watch it for me. Thank you. So we're gonna do that. Oh, that is a sick piece. It's got a little spike piece. I think that one was introduced with the Super Mario sets, so that's pretty neat. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Our instruction book right here. Oh, that is so sick. Whoa, what? What? Oh no, that's not cool. Okay, so Lego has made a mistake. They say that Jay is supposed to be in bag 1 and Lloyd's supposed to be in bag 2, and my Lloyd is in bag 1, and my Jay is in bag 2. Okay, so not that big a deal. At least they're here, but they're mixed up. So something changed in the final hour, and somebody's gonna get in trouble probably. Okay, so we're gonna have to build Jay later, but for now, let's go ahead and get started with the build. But yeah, the reduced quality has been kind of scaring me. It's kind of a bad status quo for Lego to go off and do. I've always loved Lego ever since I got my first Lego set, which my first Lego set was actually a Ninjago set. It was Kai's Blade Cycle from way back in 2012. I think it might have been released. It was made for 2012, the Rise of the Snake season, but I think it might have been released at the very final month of December of 2011, because I remember opening it up when I was in second grade, which was the 2011 to 2012 year. So it was December 2011, but I remember opening up a Rise of the Snake set. Oh my gosh, that is so cool looking. Look at Lloyd here. Sorry, you can't really see him because the light is a little shifty. Let me bring my lamp over here. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. For some reason, I thought Lego minifigures were bigger than this. I haven't touched my Lego in a long time, and it makes me sad. Anyway, Lloyd is tiny. Like, his armor is really small. That's insane. Okay, I'm gonna bring my lamp over here so that way you guys can see a little better. All right. Okay, now everything's glowing. That's weird. I don't know if it's because of my lamp up here or because of my desk lamp. Okay, it's definitely my desk lamp, and I don't want to be blind. I could do that, but that just gives it a really bad look. So, is everyone okay with that? I think they should be. Okay. We are going to move it just a little bit. Just enough so that way you guys don't get completely blasted with light and where it's not blinding my eyeballs. So we're going to go ahead and put Lloyd off to the side here. He looks extra cool. He's got a lot of great detail in his torso, and he's got those 2 golden katanas, so that's a cool deal. But yeah, so that's pretty neat. Let's get on with the building process. So we got these weird little nougat guys. I got to find a couple of them. We got orange pieces here. Yeah, it's just hanging off the side for some reason. We got a 1x. What is that? That is the weirdest Lego piece I've ever seen. It looks like 2 tiles stacked on top of each other, but it's not 2 pieces. It's just 1. That's really strange looking. I've never seen a piece like that before. Must be new. Anyway, so what I was saying is I remember opening that setup on Christmas of 2011. So I remember bringing it in January to show off to my class, and they thought it was the coolest thing ever, and so did I. And I remember being so happy because I remember there used to be a game called Moshi Monsters that I would watch, or that I'd play, not watch, all the dang time with my siblings. We would get on there and we would go off and just watch each other for hours play that game. It was a lot of fun. I remember good times with that game. And anyway, they had made Lego sets. They weren't Lego sets. They were building sets. They were put out by Mega Bloks, and me and I think my brother got a couple of those sets. I got Main Street, so it had like Yuki's Ice Cream Parlor. It had a Katsuma, and we were going off, and I built that, and I brought it in for my show and tell, and it was a lot of fun. And yeah, I remember that. That was way back whenever Moshi Monsters was still around. I wish that it still was. Moshi Monsters, beautiful face, hee hee. Okay, so you guys would rather see my face instead of my Lego? Here, why don't we find a good medium? Dun, 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 dun. You can see part of my face, but also part of the Lego. You can see the end of my schnoz. Does that work? Okay. Here, I can scoot back a little bit and lean forward. I can have that posture of the Hunchback of Notre Dame. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we're just gonna be vibing with that. Oh, we're already on to the next step. Good deal, good deal. Okay, so beyond that, then we got this piece here, this weird little crossbar deal. And then we gotta go and get this piece, as well as this here, and just yeet this thing into oblivion. And then we gotta get this weird looking thing. Yeah, so hopefully all you guys' day is going well so far. Mine has been just peachy. I got all my stuff done at work, so I don't really have to worry about that for a while. By a while, I mean till tomorrow. But till then, we're just going to be not worrying about that. So this is the weirdest piece use I've ever seen. They are using a piece that's got studs on all sides, but then they don't utilize the studs on the backside. So that's just weird piece usage here. Then we also have this weird little plug deal. So we're just kind of speed building it as we go along. Dun, 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 dun. Then we're gonna slap this bad boy on top, yoink, and this orange 4x piece, and then we're just gonna keep on rocking it. We got these weird little rock pieces. I don't think it's supposed to be rock. It looks like it's supposed to be more of a fur texture, because this is supposed to be kind of an organic looking beast. Or at least it's implied in the show. It's supposed to be kind of like a virtual pet deal. So that's kind of a cool little thing there. Let's make sure that I'm actually doing this correctly here. We got all sorts of weird stuff. I think this is going to be for the spine, because it looked like it got really small in the front. So we got to go off and get that whole deal going. Next, we got to go off and obviously turn the page here. We got some more rock texture thingy. We got a bunch of the weird thorn looking pieces from, I think these were introduced way back when. I was going to say Lego Lord of the Rings, but it's more, I think these might have been introduced for the 2011 not Rise of the Snakes, for the pilot season, because these were used on like daggers and such for this Skulkin army, as well as Nia's main weapons for some reason. I don't know why. They never kept that up. They gave her golden Nick daggers. I remember having the Ninjago dictionary, like visual dictionary, and it had like all sorts of stuff about the show and the sets and stuff. And some of it was wrong, just straight up wrong. But it was a pretty neat little book. It was a fun time. I remember me and my siblings used to go off and look at it forever, like hours. And I remember I would sit there and I would try to draw the different characters and such out of that book. And I did pretty well, I'm not going to lie. I even started a game. I would take a notebook, draw tons of like characters and shops and Main Street. And I basically made Moshi Monsters, but instead in a notebook and about Lego Ninja. It was pretty wild. Darn it, I dropped the piece. And anyway, yeah, it was pretty sweet. I had a bunch of my friends playing it, so I would bring my notebook to school, and I would ask them if they wanted to play like during recess and stuff. I accidentally killed Lloyd. We have the first bag done. Yeehaw, we are flying. It looks like a weird like little speeder thingy. Here, we got Yeah, we're just going to set him on that. He's just vibing. He don't care. Okay, on to bag 2, where the J is actually supposed to be. Huzzah. Alright, bag 2. We are making good progress. We have been streaming for about 30 minutes now, and we are already halfway done with the build. So that's pretty sweet. Okay, so we got tons of small pieces in this one. This is a miniature bag. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Oh no, the print quality on my J head is not very good. That's depressing. That is very sad. It looks like his eye, if I was to scratch it, it would come right off. I'm not gonna lie. Oh wow. Other than that, his suit looks pretty great. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to go off and talk to some of my friends on Discord. If my Discord even works anymore, which I've been having tons of problems with that. My Discord has not been wanting to work. So if you guys have been trying to contact me through Discord, I'm sorry. It doesn't really work very well for me. I don't know why. My phone just hates it. Motorola, I don't know why. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and deck Jay out in his swords. I don't know why, but this, the mouth guard piece, this piece reminds me of General Cryptor's armor back from Season 3. Like the Nindroid armor piece. I don't know why. I've just been thinking that, and I wish that they would have reintroduced that for Ninjago Legacy. That would have been really cool, I'm not going to lie. So we are going to go ahead and jump right into the next part of the build. Okay, so we're going to need this weird-looking thing that looks like a Mixel's torso. I definitely miss the Mixels. They were really neat little toys. I remember being so excited every time a new wave of them were going to come out. Definitely one of the most iconic things of the 2010s Lego era were the Mixels. And they only ran for 3 years, but they had a lasting impact on kids like me whenever I was growing up. They were affordable. They were just fun little guys. If you didn't have Mixels growing up, you missed out. Let's see. Did I do something? No, I didn't. Okay. Whenever I get to talking, I talk a lot. Yeah. But anyway, I keep jumping all around. I was talking about Mixels, then before that I was talking about my notebook. So I'd bring my notebook to school, and I'd ask my friends if they'd want to play, like, during recess, and they had, like, custom characters. My brother was always obsessed with the Serpentine. Always the Serpentine. I remember him having a Serpentine Empire in my game, in my notebook. And anyway, he would go off and he would like raid, because I'd let people raid each other's rooms, and they would get so mad. Like, they'd be like, I'm gonna get my revenge. And they'd go off and they'd like raid each other's rooms and stuff. And it was wild. Like, there were people just full on like they'd take everything. They'd kill your pets, all sorts of crazy stuff. I wouldn't let that happen though, because I wouldn't just let people come in and kill each other. Like, I'd have a health bar. Like, you get raided 10 times without checking in on your character is deceased. I didn't make it to where they were permanently dead. I just made it to where they would go off and be defeated, because there's people that would get very upset, if you kill off their OCs and stuff. And it's not very nice to go off and do that. So, you never want to completely get rid of one of your players' characters. Applying stickers, stress-induced right now. Anyway. Let's go. We got it perfect. Okay, so anyway. Yeah, so I would have like a health bar, and people enjoyed that aspect. Like, if they were sick or something, and one of their friends wanted something, because I also had like a money system and missions and stuff. So one of them was to defeat the Constricti, and my brother, loving snakes, didn't want to do that. So instead he wanted to defeat, I think, Zane, because at that point my brother hated Zane, and I don't know why he hated Zane. But he wanted to defeat Zane, who was coming to help defeat the Constricti, because remember, this was during Rise of the Snakes. So, of course, the Constricti were bad guys at that time. So anyway, at that point in time, one of my friends, his name was, and just because this is a very generic name, I feel comfortable saying it, his name was Logan. He loved Zane. You know who you are, bro. and he loved Zane, so he wanted to help defeat the Serpentine army. So he decided he would go off and raid the Constricti archives, which back then I basically just set it up to where it was just a weird looking library. And so he did. And then my brother raided the bejesus out of that guy's room. He stole all of his weapons, I mean, every one of them. He wanted to go off and defeat his character. So instead, I just drew a bunch of holes and stuff in his armor, like burn marks all over his room. All his weapons were drained out. All of his armor was taken away. Basically, his entire ability to fight was stolen. And I wouldn't tell people who raided their rooms. I would let them figure it out themselves. So I was like the ultimate bad guy back in the day, and I would go off, and sometimes if people just didn't go off and like play the game, I would go off and make like bad guys take interest in a specific player and target them. Like there was a target of the week always. And a couple of players, they went off and started actually bullying some of the other players in my game, because I'd have like a weird little message wall, and they would want to leave like threatening messages like, don't do that again, don't buy that was mine, because I'd have like stuff in the shop that like only one person can have it. And so people would leave like threatening messages and all sorts of stuff. And I went off and would have the entire like Serpentine army attack one player's house. It was not very fair sometimes, and there was a point for that. It's because, if you're going to go off and be mean to one of my other players and try to run them off, then like, of course I'm not going to let you do that, And then they decided, they started becoming friends and all that, so it kind of worked out. But yeah, even though I wasn't very good at drawing way back in the day, well, all I know is that I had fun with it. And it's a good memory of mine. I remember my sister a few years back, she tried to actually go off and do the same thing, just with foxes. I don't know why. She was in her FNAF era way back in the day. It was actually before I had ever liked it, because I wouldn't have even knew. I mean, I knew that it existed because some of my friends would talk about it sometimes, but I didn't really care. I was too caught up in my own stuff, So I was talking to my sister, and I started looking it up, and I thought it was terrifying. I'm not going to lie. Before I ever liked FNAF, I hated it because I was afraid of it. I remember being terrified of the marionette, the puppet. That being said, it's literally just a sock monkey with a like painted face. It's not that scary. I mean, it's pretty sad, the story and stuff behind the games. My voice keeps cracking. It has been hurting the last week, and it is not good. Anyway. But yeah, so she decided to make a notebook game about her Fox OCs and stuff like that. They would have fun with that. And, I didn't really mind. I just remember them going off and talking about it. But other than that, that was to the extent of it. I have thought about, trying to make a game, like an actual like Game Jolt game, based on my original concepts that I made when I was a kid of my notebook game. Basically just a Ninjago Society role-playing game, just as like a little homage to, everything that, I grew up with. And I would love to do that. The only problem is, I don't know code. I have the ideas in my head, but I can't get them onto screen. I've coded a little bit. Me and my friends back in the day, we literally made our own game. It was a FNAF fan game. I don't really remember what the name of it was, but basically what we did, we redesigned all of the characters. We basically just took Scott's models. Hey, what's up? We basically took Scott's models and like added our own touches. So, it'd be Bonnie, but it would be Bonnie like way withered and, slumped in a corner, and he starts out back here. And then we designed some new characters. Um, yeah, it was wild. So we actually, before I moved, me and the guys, I had a couple of partners working with me. This was our passion project for summer school, and we got this game nearly complete. And my teacher, I'm just gonna give her a random name. That sounds sick, honestly. Thanks, man. But I'm gonna call her Miss Johnson. That's not her real name though. And Miss Johnson tells us, if you guys make this like a full-fledged experience, we could, potentially get this launched on something like Google Play. And I'm like, because like it would be getting put up there right with, the FNAF games. And we obviously had it labeled as a fan game, of course, because why would we want to try to take Scott's thunder, because he inspired us to do a lot of really, really cool stuff. He inspired me to do more artwork and things like that. And he seems like a really good dude. So, of course we weren't trying to like steal his IP or something like that. We were just kids, but trying to make something cool. And I thought that is like the coolest thing ever, to be a game developer, just like, somebody that I looked up to. And we kept on working on it. We worked our butts off on that game. And later that year, I'd made a really good friend, and they would go off and give me ideas for all sorts of stuff. And they were really fun to go off and be around. Me and Logan got a lot of stuff done. Me and Logan had been friends since second grade, and he loved FNAF. I think he was kind of on his way out of liking FNAF, but he seemed like he knew his stuff about it. So I would go off and talk to him about all sorts of stuff. He helped me design a new version of Springtrap, which is kind of funny considering what came out later that year. It was Springtrap with his arm broken like this, and a knife sticking out of the end of his elbow. And then later that year, Scott Cawthon released Scrap Trap that had a broken arm. So this part right here just didn't exist, with a knife. Well, it's more of a broken bone, but it looks like a knife sticking out the end. And it was a very cool design. But anyway, we worked our butts off. I remember talking to my friends about voice acting. One of my friends in particular knows who he is, though. That's not his real name. But he was very passionate about voice acting. And I'd go off and talk to him and everything. And I think I missed a step, I think. Oh, no, I just put it on backwards. Whoopsie. That's what I get for not paying attention. Okay. Anyway, so one of my friends named Brandon, he was very, very passionate about voice acting, and so was I at that point. I used to be able to do a very good Funtime Freddy impression, like the full-on clown motif and all that, and very peppy, very full of energy and all that good stuff. I'm gonna need this piece later, so we're gonna go ahead and stick it off to the side with these little extras. Anyway, so I used to be able to do a good Funtime Freddy impression. It was a little cringe, because I was like a 7th grader at this point. But yeah, good deal. Look, we have a worm, a funky looking worm dog thingy. Little boy, he's coming to get you, bro. We are now on the last bag 3. Anyway, what I've been trying to say the last like 3 minutes, but haven't got to it yet. My buddy Brandon, he was very big on voice acting and all, and he wanted to voice Foxy. He could do a Scottish accent like nobody's business, and I think that's probably because part of his family was directly from Scotland, and so it's kind of like his native tongue, but he was born here in the USA, but his family was from Scotland, so obviously his parents talked with a Scottish accent, so of course he started to go off and he got it and all, and he could do a very good South Scotland like pirate accent, very thick, very rough, He could make you believe it, you know. And I told him he could be Foxy, but we had went off and recorded those voice lines, and then everything happened, and we basically had the game about 95% done. And I had went off and remembered recording voice lines for Bonnie. I remember giving him a slight country accent, just because it's kind of what was popular at the moment. I think Bonnie's more of a rock and roll kind of guy, kind of a very goofy rocker personality, not the kind of freaking Alvin and Chipmunks thing that he's depicted as nowadays, you know, with Toy Bonnie's voice and all that, but, you know, just a very, like, chill, you know, rock and roll kind of guy, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, so I'd went off and remembered recording his voice lines, and that was the last thing I did. Didn't get to go off and put them in the game or anything of that nature. I just recorded them, and that was that. Because I moved, and whenever you move from a school to a new school, because whenever you move from one school to another school here in the U.S., they'll go off and give you about, you know, 12 days or so, and then they'll completely lock you out of your Google account because, you know, you're no longer a student there once the paperwork and all that's filed. And at that point, they had already known that I was moving. So they had already started the process, and I moved away. I didn't have internet at that point in time. So I lost everything on that game, all of it. And that was one of the most hurtful things I think that possibly could have happened. I did think at one point that one of my friends accidentally uploaded a unpolished version, but I can't find it anywhere, mainly because I don't remember what we would have named it. Because I don't think we never really talked about a name. But it sucks, you know, knowing that all that work is gone because they completely deleted my Google account from that school, and I was the main one that had everything. I had all the assets, literally everything, the voice acting, all of it, and we lost it all because I moved. And that sucked big time. But one of my friends also had a hard drive that had the assets, the project, the code, everything in there. We were using Scratch at that point. No pun intended with me scratching my chest there, but we were using Scratch, and I remember we had to, every time we wanted to make an animation, we'd have to cut a limb off and like redraw it. And we weren't great at it, but it looked pretty dang good, you know. Otherwise, we wouldn't have published it, but we went off and had copies of everything. I had most of it. Some of my friends had some stuff. Miss Johnson had a rough copy of what we wanted to do. There's a video of me, of like 7th grade me talking about it and showing off a couple of the characters and like what they were going to do and all sorts of stuff. And it does make me very sad because seeing that I didn't have any Wi-Fi and we were very tight for money at that point. There's a little gnat just rocking and rolling through here. But we were very tight on money at that point. So I didn't have a cell phone at that point. I had a small phone about yay big. I think I've shown it off on the channel before. It's about this big. It's a little old Android phone from like 2007. And I started a YouTube channel called How to Train Your Ninjago on it. And I have a link to that in my community tab, by the way. If you guys want to go back and see my little small self, you guys can go off and do all that jazz, support the channel, whatever. I don't have any access to it anymore because I reset my phone and then make a new channel and then reset my phone and make a new channel because I run out of storage all the time and I didn't realize I could delete stuff. I wasn't very savvy with tech at that time. Keep in mind, at least not with phone tech. Um, phone tech, photech, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, uh, yeah, but it really sucked because we worked our butts off on all that, and then it was for none. I remember staying after school part of the time to try to get that game done. Um, yeah, I hope that none of my friends are mad about that. I know I was, though. I was very sad. I remember feeling like, man, this sucks. Like they're just going to replace me and then just keep moving with the project. But I think that would have been better than just letting it all go to waste, because we had great ideas. And I know that we were just, dumb kids and everything, but I wish that I could have had something and said, I made this, instead of, just it all burning away, being lost to the ether. You know what I'm saying? It just sucks. Uh, I still love FNAF. One of these days, I am going to make a fan game. Me and my buddy, I'm gonna call him Miguel. We were talking, and this was around like 2019. I came down here to my new school. I made some new friends. A lot of them are very, very sporadic people. Um, Made a lot of good friends down at my new school, and some of them love FNAF. Uh, yeah. Anyway, me and Miguel, we were talking about something, and this was during like the coronavirus and all that jazz, and we were kind of locked up, and we were talking about fan games and like how cool we think they are, and my buddy Miguel, he's like, I want to make a fan game, and I'm like, and I was telling him the story about how I'd made a fan game before, and he was talking to me, and he's like, I want to make one, and I have an idea, and I was like, okay. He's like, Five Nights at Rocco's. And I'm like, Rocco? Rocco the Raccoon, and he's talking to me about Rocco the Raccoon and some different ideas and stuff. And I'm like, this is gold, like he came up with all of these different original characters, mechanics, locations, all of this stuff. And he started modeling, and the eyes look spot on to Scott's style. I don't know what engine he was using, but it looked fantastic. I remember he released a couple of teasers on Game Jolt. Five Nights at Rocco's. There's a page on Game Jolt that's up right now. I'm following it. I'm probably later on. I'll come back and comment, leave a big old comment, and I'll pin it for the Five Nights at Rocco's Game Jolt page. My buddy has since, we both graduated high school. We were good friends for a very long time. Since then, he's went off and started doing his different stuff, and we're still good friends to this day. If he ever needs help, if I ever need help, we go back and forth and talk to each other. But we've kind of spaced apart a little too far, But he is my good friend, and he is going to come see me whenever the freaking FNAF movie comes out. I will drive down there and pick that guy up, and we were going to go see the FNAF movie. By gosh. But yeah, Five Nights at Rocco's. That was the next big one. I started making concept art. This was whenever I really loved with all my heart, drawing and stuff. And I still love drawing, don't get me wrong. But this is whenever I started feeling very confident with my work. And, because that was literally right after I'd sent Scott, the guy himself, I sent Scott Cawthon a big old packet of my drawings, and he sent me some stuff back in the mail. So I was like peak level of love for the franchise. And me and my buddy started doing some concept art for Five Nights at Rocco's. We were getting hyped up, talking to each other about all this cool stuff that we could do with it. And then, just as all good things, it came and it went. It's just, it really sucks to feel like, you have ambition, but you don't have the tools to do stuff. And, as kids, it's like, it kind of happens all the time because, you don't really have power to do stuff. At that point, we were like, I think at that point, I was still like 15, going on 16. And, yeah, those were good times. COVID obviously wasn't a good time, but, me and my friends and stuff, we had a lot of creative thoughts back then. And I mean, we still do, don't get me wrong, but I really miss those days, just sitting on the phone, talking to my friends, talking about all this cool stuff we're going to do. Because we could still do that if we wanted. We just need to go off and, really put our minds to it. And, we started working, and, he started going off and getting really serious with sports. And I understand that, you got to do what's good for you and the team. So he started going to practice, and, he stopped calling me as much. He started making friends outside of our original circle, and, all that stuff. But sometimes it's just nice to think back to the times where it's just you and your old friends, I know me as a graduated person now, it's kind of sad to think about, because it's never going to be the same. But at the same time, life must go on. And, I'll have other opportunities to nerd out with people. I don't think this is going to work. Oh, I'm not very big brain. Almost broke this piece, wondering why it wasn't working. Okay, it's because I needed to turn it on its side. Okay. So, right now I'm building the Claw Hunter Hound's dog's feet. I'm building these dogs. And I wonder why I'm losing my voice. Good night. So we're going to go ahead and just speed build these, because this is one of the last steps before we go off and finish it off here. So, yeah. I had went through a couple of projects and such, and I made my Instagram account and all that stuff, and was posting my artwork, and it's getting a lot of really good feedback. And I don't have a big following, but every single comment that said nice job, good work, wow, this is great, it all really means a lot whenever you're starting out and everything. And it means a lot to me now, because I can look back and say, I did this, and I'm proud of it. And I'm still proud of my old artwork to this day. I keep it all in a binder. One of these days I'm going to have to do an old art review, where I go back and look at my old stuff from, when I first started up to now. My girlfriend has been requesting me to do that forever. So I'm going to have to do that one of these days. Whoopsie, I accidentally made two of the left foot. So anyway, I'm going to have to do that. I've been wanting to do that. It's just my phone does not have enough storage to allow me to record every single thing and give detail and backstory, because obviously I could talk for hours, and I do mean hours. I could talk forever. I've already basically almost talked for an entire hour here. Now let's attach the dogs to the dog. Okay. So I'm going to have to go off and record that. Also, to all of you who wanted to see my FNAF board game, the characters and such, I went off and started recording my footage that I was going to use for the video, and I was about halfway through the entire cast. I got all the way up to FNAF 3, and I was coming home from vacation a couple days ago, and I packed up everything that I went off and bought, and gotten with my girlfriend, and me and my mom had went off and purchased, and getting myself a water for the road, and my clothes that I packed and all that stuff. And then whenever I went off and went out to the car, I had left my my big old box of caps with the characters' faces and stuff. I left that on my mom's dining room table. So they are still gone. I guess I could release the footage of, that I'd actually went off and recorded, just to kind of tide you guys over. If you want me to do that, I tried to go off and cover them all in one video, but For some reason, I stopped recording. I think it's because my phone was basically dead at that point. So that kind of sucked. But I do have about 20 minutes of footage that I guess I could release. I just have to edit it a lot. Because, like, I would record about 10 minutes and then say, on to the next. You know, so it'd be like, you know, on to Five Nights at Freddy's 2. On to Five Nights at Freddy's 3. And then at the end of my FNAF 3 one, I said, on to Five Nights at Freddy's 4. There was no FNAF 4 because I didn't finish recording it. Yeah, so that kind of stunk. This is just building other thing. I have to build the flag now, don't I? Okie dokie. This is probably one of the coolest things I think Lego has done in a long time, is building the, like, different factions flags and stuff. Like, I think that's just really neat. I wish that they would have did that back in the day for the Serpentine, like, other than, like, Chen's random, like, Anacondri, waifu, senpai, like, I don't know what that guy's deal was. Flag. I wish that they would have done, like, the, you know, the Venomari, like, battle flags, and, like, because they were all over the promotional art and stuff, but they were never released in any of the sets. All right, so at about an hour of recording, we now have the first set done. That looks great. So we went through about 3 bags, and we finished it. Oh man, it is shiny. Look at that. It's got a good head on it. It can go off and swivel, full 360, it looks like. It's got good arm rotation. It's got, like, the Mixels joints at the front, so it can really, you know, maul and get up in there and attack. It's got more articulation at the heel, so that's pretty cool. It's got claw articulation, so you can really, you know, like, make it step on something, like, you know, full-on swipe at something, you know, give some ninja some face scars like Jay should have but does not have anymore. 3 fantastic minifigures. Honestly, Lego was very generous in going off and not making some of the Ninja exclusive. I do appreciate that as someone who grew up with this franchise. I remember they made the Green Ninja exclusive to the Ultra Dragon versus the Great Devourer, and it was exclusive forever unless you could find the spinner that was like $10. So way back in the day, unless you had tons of money and your parents were willing to dish out like a couple $100 to get you a set just for one figure, then you couldn't really complete your entire ninja team unless you had tons of money. Anyway, this is a great set, and I'm so glad I picked it up. It has fantastic articulation. It's a villain build, and that's one of the main reasons why I picked it up. Not only because I thought it was cool and because I wanted the 2 ninja, and this dude is really sick, but also because I really love villain builds. I don't understand why they don't do very many villain builds anymore. So I love it whenever they make like villain temples and, you know, villain creatures and weapons and, you know, all this other stuff. I just really like villain builds because I feel like you should have an entire army versus these guys, because these guys have all sorts of like powers and, you know, stuff like that. And like, what kid wants to have one villain for like 7 other, you know, good guys, you know? Because like whenever I was a kid, me and my brother would literally have armies upon armies of bad guys versus like 3 ninja. And we loved it, you know? It would be like 47 snakes versus like 4 ninja. And that's the way it should be, in my opinion. You know, because like if the good guys are so good at fighting, you know, they know all these different martial arts and they have all sorts of elemental powers and yada, yada, yada. And the bad guys just have like numbers. Then of course you want tons of them, you know. You don't just want like 2 bad guys versus like 7 elemental godlike ninja, you know what I'm saying? It's like Lego used to be really good at balancing the scales for like play, and for now it feels like, you know, you're gonna have this dude, like what's this dude's importance other than him being a general for troops that he does not have with him? That's not very good. So what's he supposed to do? Just sit up here and just vibe while like he has no one to tell what to do? Because, like, he's supposed to be a general and all, right? Okay, well, what's he in command of other than this? Nothing. And this also just looks like an overgrown Rapton. I don't know why. It just looks like a legend beast to me from Chima. And if this dude is basically the reincarnated version of God for the series, and you're telling me that this dude can't beat this thing that's not even there? That's kind of wild. Anyway, just a little critique, just a little pinch of salt, you know. I do love this set though. It is a very good value. For $20 you can get 3 fantastic minifigures, one of them being only in a $130 set. You get a Claw General with some fantastic armor pieces. Even if you're not a Ninjago fan, you get a lot of really good pieces here. Great villain build. Good stuff all the way around. You get some really good armor pieces, from like crystallized and stuff. It's a really good parts pack if you don't care about the build, and if you just want it just for the sake of value. It's a really good deal. It's Ninjago at its core. You get a lot of really cool stuff here. Kids will love it. Collectors will love it, and that's why I bought it. Because I think it's going to look really neat off to the side. Just vibing, and it makes me want to make stop motion videos again. I used to make stop motion videos all the dang time, and I feel like making some stop motions again because I have a good light. I have, I need to get my base plate back. Hello, kitty cat. Come here. Wait. He's chewing on me. Anyway, do you like the beast? I don't know. I think this one would win. Not gonna lie. Anyway, it's a great value. It looks like it would be as a kid, I think I would have loved this. It looks fantastic. I would have went crazy for this thing back in the day. I'd open this up and been like, whoa, that's insane, bro. And I would have loved it. And I can see why. It is a fantastic set. Great build, great price. I had a lot of fun building it. And the only thing I have to say is I wish that they would have included at least another villain, just another generic bad guy. He doesn't have to have anything fancy. Maybe just give him a plain old sword or something. Just one of the generic villains. And at least that way both ninja have something to fight. Other than that, I hope that they do more, villain-centric stuff. Because I like having, tons of bad guys versus not tons of, ninja car, ninja dragon, ninja dojo, ninja ship, ninja this, ninja that, ninja mech, ninja other mech, third ninja mech, seventh ninja mech, 10th ninja mech. It should be ninja mech, Garmatron, giant villain tank, giant villain dragon, giant villain hideout, giant villain this, giant stone warrior, giant snake, giant that, giant this. Because we all know in the end that if you make everything about the good guy, obviously the good guy will win. Duh. I mean, if they didn't have their little elemental powers and stuff, maybe. Okay. Why would they need a car if they can physically turn themselves into a flipping elemental dragon? The continuity sometimes just doesn't make sense. Anyway, let's get on to the second build here, which is going to be our massive temple. That one will probably take 2 hours to build, 2 or 3 at least, because it has almost about 10 times the pieces, not pieces. So it'll probably have, I'm going to guess, like 7 bags. If any of you guys got any guesses, then let me know down in the comments. Ooh, that was my knees. I'm going to take a sip of my lemonade. And now we are going to go ahead and... Oh no. Our empty piece bag has fallen. We're going to set it up there. We are going to take our last set and we're going to push it up here, just so that way it does not go off and get lost among the rubble. We're going to go ahead and place our ninja up there. And we're going to go ahead and open this bad boy with our trusty handy dandy knife here. All right. So we are now at about an hour and 5 minutes on stream. Hope that you guys have been enjoying so far. We got lots of good stuff here. I'm very happy. It's trying to escape. Okay. That fresh Lego smell, I'm not gonna lie, always gets me. Brings back nostalgia. Holy cow. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and set the box down here on the ground. And then lean it a little bit. Alright. So, oh boy, what even is this thing? What even is this? What is this thing? Oh, I'm dumb. This is the manual. Alright. We got a brick separator. Let's go. Okay. Okay, this is neat. It looks like we have bag number 1. Bag number 2. Bag number 3. Bag number 4. Whoa. Rope thingy. We're going to set that right there. Bag number 5. Bag number 6. Bag 7. Bag 8. And bag 9. So I was just 2 bags off. Not too bad, not gonna lie. And I'm gonna go ahead and stick some of these bags back into the box, just so that way I can pull them out as we go along. I'm very excited to get this one built. I think after I'm done building, tomorrow I might go ahead and record some reviews. So stay tuned for those. Okay, so we're going to start out with just having our first 3 bags out. So we're going to go ahead and open up this big old envelope that's got our manual in it. Try not to rip it, but sometimes it leaves us with no choice. It looks like they glued it in pretty good. They did. Darn. All right. All right. It looks like we got ourselves a sticker sheet. Oh boy, that's a lot of stickers. I didn't even realize that there were that many in here. It's a ton of stickers. All right. It's pretty cool little symbols and stuff in there. Nothing else in the envelope. Just wanted to let you guys see it. So there it is. I'm going to go ahead and stuff that over here. And let's get started. So we're going to take our sticker sheet. Boom. Put it up here. And, oh boy, this is a big one. That is wild. Okay. Now we got the instructions. We got 9 bags of pieces. We have a piece count of about 1,029 pieces. Pretty decently sized set. So we got to start at bag 1. Oh, sweet. It looks like we got Lord Raz and Kai as our first 2 figures here. So we're going to go ahead and get started with bag number 1. Okay. And this set does give you a piece separator, so that's pretty handy. I was kind of worried that it didn't, because sometimes it's very not cool whenever you have some plates that don't want to come off and you don't have a piece separator, because whatever you do, don't use your teeth on your Lego. Are you an animal? No. But if you chew on your Lego, I'm convinced that you are. You must be an animal. Okay. Oh boy, Kai looks epic this time around. That's pretty cool. This is not the cheapest way to get Kai. Kai comes in tons of sets this wave. He comes at the $160 Destiny's Bounty. He comes in the $4 Polybag. He comes in this set. He comes in the $20 4 Plus Kai versus Ross pack, which is, you know, like a little thing with a couple of race cars or something like that. So here we got Kai, Master of Fire. Ah, I dropped him. All right. We're going to go ahead and angle this down just a little bit more. You guys can see Kai there. He's just vibing. All right, now we're going to build Lord Raz. I don't know if it's Ras or Raz, but I think it's Raz, so I'm just going to call him Raz. We're going to put on his... That is a sweet armor piece. One thing for this new faction of villains this time around is they have really, really cool armor. Just very cool. Huh. Yeah, that kind of feeds into the theory, doesn't it? He has a power core right there. Now, most of the time for Chima, their power cores were like right here. So it'd be like right in the center of their chest, and they'd take an orb of chi and place it in their chest to be like, you know, big, strong guys. Basically like drugs. It's drugs, but for children. Holy cow. That is wild. Oh, boy. I don't know if you guys can see that. No, you can't. There, look at that. He has a fantastic face mold. Oh boy, he looks great. Good night. All right, so it looks like this time they got their minifigures right. Lord Ross is in fact in the right bag. At first I thought, oh no, they did it again. But no, they got it right. So that's a good deal. All right, let's see. We need a gray stud. Is it the gunmetal gray or just normal gray? It's gunmetal. Okay. They use golden roller skates to help end off his hammer here. That's really cool. That's a very smart parts usage. It's very cool looking hammer. So with these Ninjago minifigures, the new Ninjago season, this hammer feels very small. I don't know why. It just feels very petty. Not petty, but pitiful. There you go. That's the word. I don't know why. It doesn't feel as... I don't know. Maybe it's because it doesn't have a very long handle, but it just doesn't feel very tough. Not very tough guy-ish. Feels very flimsy. Maybe it's because of the weird little... like the telescope piece. I think that might be it. It's very cool looking though. I will give it that. It's either... Whoops, I accidentally dropped him. Anyway, I think it looks very neat. It feels like it could, you know, kind of beat the living daylights out of Kai here. So we're just going to go ahead and set these two up. Pretty neat little minifigs. Very glad to have them. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our build. Anyway, I need to drink some more of my lemonade. Now that we are on to the big boss of the set, we have bunches of little things to go off and look at as we go along. So first thing we have to do is build a little shrine, and it looks like somebody has placed their weapon there as if somebody died or fell in battle. You know, they planted their weapon up by this temple build or the shrine. It's got energy running through it, and it looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I could find this piece. Where did it go off to? Huh. It's brown. Oh, there it is. I found it. It was right here. It's a modified cheese slope with a stud. Okay. Anywho, with the new show and stuff, there's tons of stuff that I feel is very neat looking and very cool, good ideas. One thing I will say about the show is that I feel like the writing was a lot more human. It felt like they weren't just trying to do quirky, haha related, relate to me humor. It was more like actually grounded in something somebody might say. Now, the cringiest thing that ever came out of the show is the point where Aaron goes, "You're my fam." Like, that was, like, by far the lamest thing of the entire season, is him saying the word fam, because it feels like they're just trying to relate to the teens. It's one of those moments like, how do you do, my fellow kids? But, kind of mocked up to the extreme, because it just feels so lame. It's like, bro, come on. We're here to watch a random action show about, weird things that go on. And the marriage quick, oh no. Anyway, but with all that being said, I did enjoy it. It looked like it's going to be pretty good. It's kind of like a modern version of, our seasons that we kind of, fell in love with the show. So that's always a good deal. I feel like that camera angle just really is not working, because you're not getting a very good vision of my, of my face, nor of what's going on down here. So we need to go off and fix that. I'm going to move you guys up just a little bit, and then down just a lot. There you go. There. Is everybody happy with that? If not, please let me know down in the comments. We're going to scooch it over just a little bit and kind of wipe off the camera. Yoink. Okay, I think that's a lot better. I feel a lot more confident about that. Okay, so we got some sweet lantern prints this time around. That looks really cool. I'm going to give a more in-depth view whenever I go off and actually get this thing built. But I think it looks very ornate. It looks very cool. It kind of looks like something that would have been in Ninjago City Gardens if they wouldn't have ran out of budget. Ninjago City Gardens was a delightful build. I remember building that in the summer of 2021. It was a fantastic experience. I remember I was listening to the Ninjago Overture. You know what I mean. Whenever I was building Zane's memorial, and it felt so weird to be building a set that huge, and just like commemorating a franchise that I'd followed for 10 years at that point. It was wild. We got this little shrine build, pretty neat little thing. Also, the kitty cat has returned, just in case if you hear any bags like rumbling. Now we have it kind of looks like a blade staff to build here. I don't know who this character. Yeah, he's running around. He's doing all of the things. He's going off, and I don't know who this character is. It's supposed to be like either died in combat or, using this weapon, but it sure is here, isn't it? And it just gets placed like that. So yeah, we got a blade staff with an orc sword, just vibing here. Pretty neat stuff all the way around. I like it. It's like one of them little side builds that would have been included back in the day. Pretty cool stuff. Just a little something extra. Now on to the main temple build. All right. So, I hope that you all have enjoyed the stream so far. We're now at about an hour and 20 minutes. We've, had a lot of good conversation thus far. I hope that I'm not too oversharing with some of my stories, or boring you guys to death. But of course, if I was boring you guys to death, I don't really think you'd be watching. Hey, come here, kid. He's trying to pull the plug on my lamp, and he's biting me. How rude. All right. I set him free to go cause chaos in the neighborhood. All right. Anyway, so let's go off and talk about my next projects for the channel. So I listened to a song last night while I was at work. And I was in the middle of putting things away in the hardware section. And all of a sudden, I seen in my YouTube recommended that there was a fan song called The Lies of Imperium. And I was like, huh, that's odd. somebody made a fan song for Ninjago. And then I was like, well, I know that there's been others. And I was like, give it a shot. So I, popped in my headphones, listened to it, and I was like, man, this is kind of cringe. And then I stopped and I was like, is it? Is it really? Is it that bad? No, it's not bad at all. It's actually really good. I was just a little bit too judgy in the way that they started it out. And anyway, I really enjoyed. And I think that they have a lot of potential that they could go off and really do a lot of great things with their music and a great service to the fandom by making fan songs, kind of like with the FNAF fandom. They make all sorts of fan songs, and we should support that. And if you guys want to go off and listen, their YouTube channel is called Masters of Harmony. It's kind of a parody of Masters of Spinjitzu, Masters of Harmony. And the song is called Lies of Imperium. It's a pretty good song. It kind of goes through Raz's character and kind of how he was, spoiler alert, kind of how he was later, betrayed by his own crew, which kind of sucks, for poor Raz there. It made me feel like, dang, there's more depth to this character, even though I already knew that because I, watched the episodes. And it was pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I gave it a like. I left a comment. I'm going to go off, and whenever I finish the stream here, I will include a link to their video down in the comments if you guys want to go watch that. But I highly suggest that you do. It was very enjoyable. I listened to it like 3 or 4 times last night just because I was like, dang, this is pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, so please go and give them your support if you don't mind. I think that if you're a Ninjago fan, then you will really enjoy it. If you do like the sort of electric, style music industry thing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I cannot figure out how they want this piece to go on. I can't. Okay, I'm just dumb. It says to place this here. Think, right? Yeah, okay, we got it. Okay, and then this. No wonder I was getting it wrong. I was trying to just put this piece on there. Like, yeah. Okay, I'm just a little dumb. Don't blame me. I'm tired. Okay. And then we got the medium nougat looking thingy here. We got this deal here. We got this deal here. Do 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 do. All right. So anyway, with that whole thing, I was just really impressed. I was like, dang, the fact that someone's willing to put themselves out there and make a music video about something that they're passionate about, I thought that is really cool, really inspiring. And I thought that they should get all of the love in the world for it. It was a really well done piece of music, especially by kind of an indie startup music group. So it's kind of nice to see that kind of thing. And I really hope that you guys will go give them some support because they deserve it. And there was only like 7 views on it, and I was like, dang, life's not fair, is it? Because it was very well produced. The music was pretty solid, and if I didn't think so, I wouldn't be, recommending it to you guys. So please, if you have some extra time or just want to, go listen to it, it's pretty good, Lies of Imperium. Anyway, we're about done with the first bag here, so we're making good progress. Right now we have sort of the start way, the walkway in, as you can see, the steps are kind of dilapidated. And it's kind of falling apart here. So, whoopsie, I didn't put this thing on there. I didn't put on the weird little crown top to the shrine. There, it looks much better now. I accidentally killed Ross and Kai. Here, why don't I bring some of the other guys over that didn't come in this set? Bring over Jay. Oh, Jay, why did you do that? Jay killed everyone. Darn it, not again. Okay. I guess I should say not a con and not again. There. Now he's not going to kill everybody. Then we got some extra pieces. We got an extra roller skate, one gunmetal gray stud, and a random cone piece. Sorry about that. I had to drink some of my lemonade. My voice is getting very dry. Here's our epic brick separator. You should fear the powers of the brick separator. Yeah. On to bag number 2. So, onto some FNAF news. My girlfriend went off and sent a letter to Scott, and it came back, and Scott had sent her some fancy FNAF merch. My girlfriend likes FNAF, but she mainly likes the Silver Eyes, as in the book, and she got some FNAF merch. It was a Arcade Mayhem Systematic Toy Bonnie figure that she actually decided to give to me out of the kindness of her own heart. So that was very sweet. And I was like, wow, thanks. You know, because I'm a big FNAF fan and she knows that. And she gave me literally everything that Scott had went off and sent. So that was cool. And I'm probably going to do a review of all that stuff one of these days. And I just wanted to say that because my girlfriend is sweet for no reason, because she is nice. And I wish I could be just as nice as she is. And anyway, so I thought that was cool. So I might do a little video on that. But something I really wanted to go off and talk about was a very cool Funko Pop that was recently put out. And I'm not even a big fan of Funko Pops. I just think, you know, this one was a very big standout. There is a Funko Pop that is a Hot Topic exclusive for the Sun and Moon that has just been revealed. And it looks absolutely great. I actually do want to buy it whenever I get the chance. I'll probably send some of my cash with my sister to see if she can find it. She probably won't be able to because FNAF is very popular in the city where we have the Hot Topic in particular that I would actually be able to buy it from. I guess I could just buy it offline, which would probably be a lot easier. So I might just do that. But it looks fantastic. I hope that Funko keeps it up with the fantastic FNAF merch that they have been dishing out to us recently. The Funko snaps are very cool. I only recently realized just how expensive they are, which is kind of depressing because they're the better option over the action figures, in my opinion, just because if you're a kid, you know, you can actually go off and, you know, play with them and you won't break them and feel terrible and sad. And then, you know, they're not going to cost a whole ton if you do end up breaking one, which, I mean, it's almost impossible to break them unless you, like, intentionally cut stuff off of them to not make them work anymore. But, yeah. So they have just been doing really good recently. And I kind of need to go get some more lemonade. So I need to go off and I'm going to leave you guys here. I wish that I had some music or something I could play for you guys. But unfortunately, I don't have nothing. So we are just going to just vibe for a second and I will be right back. Also, hello. I hope that you are doing well. I seen that you said hi to me. I must have missed it. I will be right back. Oh, wait. I'm dumb. I forgot I had the power of cherry Pepsi on my side. Not sponsored, by the way. I would love if I wish that I was. Cherry Pepsi helps you build Lego sets faster than Lego Star Wars. Oh yeah. Okay. Anywho, we are going to just keep on rocking here. We got some different cheese slopes and things of that nature to go off and smack down on here. We got some cool little arches and stuff of that nature. Anywho, so I need to find something to go off and think and talk about that I've been wanting to discuss, and how to say it, I should say. So some of my friends, they used to listen to me talk about my political commentary because that was something I was very passionate about, because I do love my nation that I was born into, the United States, and I am very passionate about, you know, keeping it that way, making it better for the next generations to come and things of that nature, because I was lucky enough to be born here and I want it to be preserved for, my kids and my kids' kids and everything of that nature, because I'm lucky to be an American and so are all of us. And I was thinking about making some political videos, but then I was afraid I would alienate my main audience. So I was thinking about possibly creating a new channel specifically for my commentary on American politics, or I could keep it on this one, but make it to where only people 18 and up could view those videos. So that way, they would only be able to watch it if they were even of voting age, which I thought was probably more appropriate, just so that way, I don't get some people that are, like 7 years old listening to me talk about conspiracy crap and all this other jazz, which I think is not good for, young kids personally. But I was thinking about that because a lot of my friends do want me to do commentary on, happening events and things of that nature. And I do too. I would love to go off and talk about some stuff that I have opinions on. I just don't want to lose my channel in the process of doing that, because I know that sometimes if someone doesn't dish out the correct opinion, then their career is over pretty much. Not that I have any beliefs that are like, way out there. Like there's some people that are degenerately terrible individuals that do terrible things and say awful, awful things to other human beings. And obviously, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to be that guy. It's not kind. It's not good for me. It's not good for them. It's kind of like, what's the point? So I have nothing to gain, nor do they, if I'm going to be a twat. So there's nothing good about that. So we're not going to do that. Instead, I want to give the facts as I learn subjects, but keep in mind, just like everyone else, I'm only human. So, there's only so much that I can do about a certain topic. And I figure that if I do talk about things that I figure would go off and upset some viewers, I would give it in the most plain way possible, because I understand that some people get upset about some stuff, and it is understandable, and I get it, because some people will pretend that they're sensitive to topics and stuff, and some people genuinely are sensitive to things because stuff has happened in their lives and everything like that. But whenever it comes to politics and stuff like that, it's a very particular topic that some people don't like hearing about it. I understand why. This is supposed to be kind of an escapist's paradise. I don't come on YouTube to listen to political commentary. I come here to, listen to people talk about fictional, robots and their horror story about how they're trying to break free and yada, yada, yada. I don't know. I just feel like sometimes I get a little too far into my thought on this subject. This is not working. What does it want me to do? Let's see. What did I mess up now? Okay. That's not going to work. All right. Let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Did I do it? Nope. Still ain't did it. Darn. That sucks. Okay. So 1, 2 down at the bottom. Okay. I need to rebuild this. I wasn't paying attention. 1, 2. Okay. So 2 down at the bottom. It's trying to run away. Quick. Somebody catch him. Yeah. Okay, they're trying to get away, guys. I'm having problems here. Okay, so we got this piece right. Oh, these pieces, I should say. It's like the corner plates. Then we got this thing with the Technic pen sticking out of it. So we're gonna smash that down. We're gonna take this roly-poly boy. We're gonna take this other side corner piece. We're gonna boom, and then another one of these boys, I guess. Yeah, we got it. Okay, sweet. Did I do it now? I think I did it. Did I do it? I think I did. Maybe. Possibly. Did I do it? I think. Okay. I need to stop repeating myself. It's fighting me all the way. Okay, well, this one's not tall enough. This doesn't make any sense, does it? No, it does not. Oh, crap. Come on. Okay, so we're going to take this roly-poly boy and shove him off the side. Then we're going to take this, roly-poly boy, get over here. Put that there, a little barrel piece. Then we're going to flatten it out right there. Sweet. Okay, we did the thing. We have successfully did the thing. Ow! That hurt. Okay, we got it. Huzzah. Okay, the kitty cat is back to terrorizing the neighborhood. All right. Okay, that doesn't work. What did I do wrong now? Whatever it is, it's wrong. Oh, I had it turned wrong. That stinks. I need to be able to see if I'm building it wrong, though. How am I supposed to know? I am so confused. Okay, so it needs to be set off to the side like that, where the Technic pens are facing that way. Okay. I don't see what it's wanting me to do. That is so confusing. Just remember, this set's supposed to be for 8-year-olds, and I have no idea what I'm doing at this point in time. So this is kind of confusing. This is so confusing. Okay. Lego, you need to start showing me what exactly am I doing? Okay. So I got all that right. Why is there this? I think I might have made my thing too tall here. I did. No, I didn't. This is so weird, man. Kitty cat, come here. I can't figure out a Lego set that's made for 8-year-olds, guys. I'm having problems. Okay, so it's supposed to have that. Okay, well, something just isn't working here. Okay, what is going on? All right. Okie dokie. So we stack 2. We come over here. We stack 1. And then do we put another one or not? No, we don't. So that one's just supposed to be held on like that, right? Okay. I guess we figured it out now. Oh, big brain. I get it now. I'm just dumb. Okay, I'm just stupid. Okay, so here's what I was doing wrong. It's just supposed to hover over this cheese slope here. It's not actually supposed to have this butt part on it. I just thought that it was supposed to be secured down, but it's not. Okay, so I need to go off and put this back on there. Darn it. Hey, kitty cat, you're not supposed to be up there. My cat is playing with my Skylanders. Darn it. Hold on. Kitty cat, come here. Kitty cat, don't make me do it. I will send you to Jesus. I won't really do that. That's not nice. Come here. He's returned once more. He's upset because I took him away from my Skylanders. He's purring, so he's happy about it, but he just wants to cause chaos because I'm on live stream right now. All right, buddy, I'm going to sit you down. All right. Let's drink some Pepsi. And pray that we move on from the eternal void that is whatever just happened to our build here. All right. Oopsie. I accidentally pressed a button. All right, so let's move on. I am so glad I got past that. I was starting to get a little bit, I was like, okay, so did they build that wrong, or is the instructions wrong? So I was starting to feel like I was a little stupid, and it turns out I am just stupid and I don't pay enough attention. All right, so we're just going to move on from this to this. And then we're going to add another slope piece to that. And then we're going to cap it all off with this thing here. Put another one of them right there. And then another one right here. Good deal. Here's what we got so far. We have one pillar up. And then make sure all of it... Oh, yep, we're missing something. It's a cheese slope and a wedge. Got that now. And we've got that covered. Good deal. All right. Now we are on to page 40 or step 41. Breathe. How's everybody doing in the comments? We've been streaming for nearly 2 hours now. So that is a pretty good stream thus far. We are only on bag number 2 of this temple. So we are kind of just vibing with it. We are rocking and rolling and just having a fun time. So far, I've enjoyed building these sets. I will say that Lego really needs to make it more clear, or it could just be some builder error, but it feels like the instructions aren't clear enough. You know, maybe it's just me being stupid or whatever, but I feel like it didn't make sense as much as it should have, because some of the stuff that they do, or at least they did in that one step, it kind of strangles the build to where it's not as stable as it could be, I guess. So that's not as cool, which is kind of why I was trying to put a bottom on it, because I thought it would hold it together better, which I guess is just me being kind of dumb, you know, and just assuming. But it just feels like it's a little bit, you know, weird. I know that they use building techniques and stuff all the time, but I wish that they would have shown a view of the back, because it, you know, it just felt weird that they didn't, you know, because I was kind of confused. I was like, what? All right, we got the second dragon sticker on there. I wonder what the significance of this thing is going to be in the show. It's probably just going to be, you know, shown once for like 20 seconds and then never shown again. That happens a lot, unfortunately. I wish that we had more significance for different places. Like, we haven't seen the Temple of Erjitsu since like season 7, and that sucks, you know, because that was a pretty iconic place. You know, it was a beautiful set. You know, some people spent like $300. I don't remember what price it was. I think it was like $300 at the time. Hey, kitty cat, come here. Ow! Ow! You scratched the chicken nuggets out of my fingers. That hurt a lot. Anyway, So we are just kind of rocking and rolling right now. We're about an hour and 50 minutes in. My voice is so dead. My gosh, I've been losing it for the last 2 days. All right, so we are on step 45. We got both pillars nearly all the way up. One of them more so than the other. Next, we got to go ahead and put the other clip up top here. So we got to get this and the clip part. Boom, boom. All right. And then we top it off with another corner piece here. And then we're going to go ahead and smack this right there. Okay, I already did that step. I'm a little bit ahead of the game. Haha. Finally, it's about time. Okay, then we turn this big old thing around. And then we're going to place this piece here around back and sideways. And then we're going to place 2 of these guys down. The tile with the stud in the center. I don't remember what those are called. Whoopsie. Okay, brick separator coming in handy. Pulls it right off. Kind of nice, isn't it? I love it whenever they have brick separators and sets that have tons of tiles. It's very satisfying to use. Okay, and then we got to include a hump over here. Yoink. And then we put another one of these up here on the wall. And then we put one of these right here to cap off that little part there. Good deal. All right, now we're moving on to back around here. We are going to, Lego instructions are very confusing to me too. Yeah, I don't know why. Sometimes, like, depending on the set, like, some instructions are, like, the best they can be, and then others are, like, terrible. And I do mean downright terrible. Some of them break the rules. I remember watching a Spitbricks video. He's another one of my favorite YouTubers. And he went off and highlighted, like, 70 times, well, not literally 70, but a lot of times where Lego went off and just outright had you place things in places that they weren't able to actually go, and they had to correct themselves on it. And it wasn't good, because there was tons of, like, you know, kids and stuff that were confused of, like, how am I supposed to fit a stud onto something that has no studs, you know? And it's kind of just goofy, you know? It's kind of like common sense, but it's just a little misstep, you know? It's probably a Lego designer got a little sleepy while designing the instructions or something. You never know. I'm not trying to hate on Lego. I love Lego as a company, you know, about as much as anyone can love a, you know, multi-million-dollar juggernaut. But yeah, so I love the Lego company. I think what they do is fantastic. They put out great sets. They inspire kids, you know, to play and be good and all that good jazz. I wish that their prices would come down some, because they're very expensive. They're very premium stuff, which is kind of sad, because there's tons of kids that want that kind of thing, you know. They want the Lego experience, but they can't afford it, and their parents can't afford it. And I think that's sad. I remember when I was young, every time we got a Lego set, big or small, most of the time it was small, but just because it was small didn't mean it was bad. It was fantastic. I love getting small Lego sets. Some of the small ones are some of the best. Oh no, my cat is killing my Skylanders again. He's up there dancing around on my portal. Hey, jeez, my cat hates Sprocket. Hey, come here. Come here. My cat killed Sprocket. Come on, Cylinder Head, let's make it. Cylinder Head, what? Come here, cat. Ah! Kitty cat is mad. He's getting me the chunks and everything. Are you okay, buddy? Ah! Yeah, he's giving me face pats and scratches. Ow! He's cute, but he's painful. Okay, I'm setting you down. Ow! Ow! He did the death roll on my hand. Buddy, come here. Oh no! Alright. Everyone say goodbye to Kitty Cat. He's being evicted from my room. No, Kitty Cat. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. You're not allowed. Nope. Kitty Cat has successfully been evicted for the time being. Alright. So I just finished putting this sticker on this plaque up here. And it is going in our doorway here. So, very fancy little decorations on the inside of this temple. Must mean something. Ooh, spooky. Okay. Alright. Now it looks like we take this big old long brown piece here. And we're going to put it up here. I think. Nope, we don't. We put it right there. Take a cylinder. And then go up here. And then we take the cylinder and put that there. And all right, good deal. My voice is starting to get even worse. Not good. All right. Oh no, the little terrorist is back. Probably coming back to harass my Skylanders. Sure thing. All right. Now we're going to put that there. Put the cheese slope on the thing. Oh, I put it on wrong. You got to put it on sideways. Then we're going to take this little medium nougat thingy and place it there. Technical difficulties with the voice once again. Lord Ross is a very cool figure, I'm not going to lie. Jay's just dead face down in the background. All right. Good night. Can you guys tell that my voice is dead? I hope that you can't, but you probably can just because of how dead it is. All right. So we're going to take this. Meep, with the honk honk and the vroom vroom. Then we're going to take this here and smack it on just like that. And then we're going to take that and shoink. I wonder what this is for. Oh, it's for the top of something. How cool. And then we're going to take this white piece and put it there. Oh, I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? Oh, I forgot to add the cheese, modified cheese slopes. I forgot them completely. That sucked. Hello, kitty cat. All right. So we are rocking and rolling through here. We are now on bag number 2. I'm going to place the plaque right here. And then we're going to go ahead and apply the sticker. Accidentally bumped my Pepsi there. That could have been bad. Thankfully, Pepsi is on our side. All right. Good deal. We got it. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So now we are going to put a cap on it. Shoink. And then we are to place it right up in here. So this is like a roof to the doorway, the archway that we just got done building. So it's really coming together right there. Lord Ross can just stand up in here and just vibe. So that's kind of cool. Watch out, kitty. Kitty cat wants to play too. So it says that I'm supposed to place a stud here. So I did. So that's kind of neat. And then we place that right there. I sat the kitty cat down for now. So that way he can go do whatever he wants to. Something's a little fishy here. What did I do now? Oh, I did the thing wrong. Whoopsie. Did I or did I not? I'm not very smart sometimes, I swear. Okay. Yeah, something's wrong here. Oh, did I do that wrong? I can't tell. It says that this one's supposed to have a, like something like that. That can't be. Someone just leaves the rest of it hanging in air. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, yeah, I missed this piece. Whoopsie, I threw it. Kitty cat, you can't be doing that, buddy. Hey, come here. You have caused problems for Imperium for the last time. I'm banishing you to the Shadow Realm. Whee! All right, I'm back from banishing the child to the Shadow Realm. And we have just figured this out, so good deal. All the way around. Sounds like he just got done knocking something over. So, of course, he has to go cause chaos somewhere else. And then we will place this down. That's odd. Okay. So here we have bags 1 and 2 complete, and here's what we've got. We have an archway, another archway with some decoration, and yeah, there's a look at the backside. We got Jay just vibing over here. Pretty sweet build so far. Not gonna lie, it's kind of neat. It kind of looks like a tomb, along with our little spear in the ground there for someone to come up and take it. Whoopsie, I put Ross a little... How did you get back in? Come here, kid. Ow! Come here, kid. Hey, come here. He's chewing on me and clawing me. Ow! Okay. All right, guys. Say goodbye to the child for the very, very last time. All right. Putting my room into bombardment mode. Here is my air mattress. Now I must shut my door. All right. My room is now in bombardment mode, meaning the child will not be returning as we finish our build here. We are now on to bag number 3. And so far, so good. So this might be the last bag that I go through on the stream, just because my voice is getting so bad that I'm kind of concerned. And I don't think doing a lot of talking is going to be very good for it. So we might end the stream early. Just because I'm a little bit worried that my voice is going to diverge farther and farther from normalcy to the point where I will be incapable of speaking without it hurting. So we're going to go ahead and build this bag and then call it quits for the day. And yeah, I'll probably build the rest of the set off stream. But I will be doing a review for everyone interested. And oh my gosh, this Nia suit looks fantastic so far. She looks great. Good night. Okay. So I didn't expect her to look this good. Oh my goodness. And I think it's just because I really like the silver in her suit. because it really highlights the suit up so well. She looks very, very good. It's probably my favorite suit other than her season 5 original Water Ninja outfit. We are just over 2 hours, and we have a bunch of great minifigures here. We have a lot of the ninja, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that Cole minifigure. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and finish out this bag. It has been a fantastic time being on stream with you all, and I've enjoyed it greatly. You know, we've had people come and go, and some of you have been watching the entire time, or at least close to it. And I really appreciate that because it helps boost my channel in the algorithm. And it lets me know that you guys enjoy my content, enjoy hearing me ramble about random stuff. And that makes me feel nice, and I appreciate it. Yeah, so that's pretty sweet. Okay, so right now we're building some doors to the temple. So that's pretty cool. They look very interesting. It looks like they got some sort of fancy, like, deal going on. Oh, I missed some very important steps. I am so good at this, guys. I love it. I'm very good at missing steps. All right, so we forgot to I forgot to add hinges. I don't know how I forgot to add hinges. These are doors, and I forgot the hinges. I don't know, guys. These things happen, I guess. Life goes on, though, in the words of Mr. Hippo. If my voice was normal, I'd do a Mr. Hippo impression. Let's see if I can do one right now.
You know, things happen, but life goes on. Well, not for you, obviously. You know, you're dead, but for everyone else, things are good.
Oh, boy. 2018 was a very interesting year. Ultimate Custom Night came out. We thought FNAF was over. It was wild. Those were kind of very dark times. I remember thinking about whether FNAF would be over forever and being sad about it. Sons of Garmadon was coming out. It was crazy. Hunted was well underway. I remember the Hunted sets coming out. And I was mad because they changed the ninjas' designs after the movie. And I was upset because I hated the fact that they got rid of Julian Michaels. But, you know, the new voice has grown on me, even though I still think that the original Lloyd voice, it's very iconic. It's a little too whiny for me nowadays, but I think Julian did a good Lloyd voice for the first few seasons. It makes sense, and I wish that they would have gave her a job other than doing Lloyd, you know, for the rest of the series. I wish that they would have brought her back to voice a different character, just because it feels sad that we lost a talented voice actress for the series. I hope that she does return one day. She probably won't, unless they bring back Misako, because I think she also voiced Misako. Yeah, but I hope that they bring Julian Michaels back. She was very, very talented. Yeah. The new Lloyd voice has grown on me. I do think that he does very good at playing Lloyd. Right now we're building little statues for the front, so it looks like they kind of look like little monkeys. It's got the eyes and the snout there. Kind of cool. Might be like something supposed to be like a little gargoyle or something. That's kind of what I figure. So this is the Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores. So we've learned this season a lot about like source dragons, and the fact that the firstborn was kind of supposed to be a source dragon. And that's kind of interesting, you know, adds a little bit more to the lore. But then they're also, like, I expected the dragon that was captured to be, like, the firstborn because, you know, like, they said that she was like the mother of all dragons, and they wrote her out to be like the most strongest being in all of Ninjago, other than like the first Spinjitzu master. So I was thinking, oh, well, of course it's going to be, the most iconic, most powerful dragon in all of Ninjago that is making this such, big deal, powering everything in Imperium. Nah, it's just some random dragon that we haven't learned about yet. And that kind of sucked. I thought, man, the continuity's a little skewed here now. So that wasn't very cool. I wish that they would have kept Firstborn as the strongest, like the mother dragon. That would have been very, very cool. I mean, I love Ninjago, but like whenever it comes to continuity, they're kind of all over the place sometimes. And then it kind of stinks, because it's kind of hard to follow. Kind of like nowadays with Star Wars. My girlfriend loves Star Wars, and she's always talking to me about continuity and the Clone Wars and all that good stuff. And they establish lore, and then they change the lore, and Disney changes the lore, and everything changes. And that just sounds terrible. It's hard to follow. But then whenever it comes down to it, I look at some of the other franchises that I love, and then I see the same thing happening, and I'm like, oh no. That being said, Ninjago's not nearly as bad as, Disney's Star Wars, but whenever it comes to some things, I'm like, there's only so much you can change before it just, why? That's really all I have to say, just why. I'm building this. Oh, I dropped it. There it is. I'm building this wrong again. I forgot to add the main support piece that supports this entire like little well area. I added a sticker detail that added some weird little swirly bits in the middle. So that's kind of cool. It almost looks like a latrine or a toilet for those of you that don't know. That somebody would like, urinate into or something. But it's obviously supposed to be a well. I'm just saying, because my brain doesn't really work all the time. So here we are. We got the swirly bits in there, and it looks very disgusting. I wouldn't want to jump in there. That being said, it's obviously supposed to be some sort of like spiritual, like, destructive force in there or something. If you fall in, you're going to turn into a ghost or something of that nature. It just looks very eerie down there. I would not want to fall in there. That being said, if I was like Lord Ross or somebody, I would gladly make the ninja drink that. I would try to dunk their heads in there, do whatever I can to possibly get them poisoned or, offed by a ghost or whatever, just so that way I could defeat my enemy. Because whenever it comes to Imperium, it's like I would destroy everything in my power, or everything in my way of getting my power, to protect my people. I would destroy everything possible. Like, once they take away my power source for my people, the gloves are off. Destroy them by all means necessary. And I wish that Ninjago would take its villains more seriously sometimes, because some of these things they try to make their villains seem like sob story villains. Like you're supposed to feel bad for them because they're not total bad guys, but then at the same time they make them out to be such bad guys, and then they make fun of them the entire time. Like whenever Lord Ross was fighting Aaron and Sora, all they were doing was sitting there basically making cracks at him the entire time. And that doesn't really make me want to take him very seriously now, does it? If somebody's getting their butt whooped and all the people whooping him is sitting there just adding insult to injury, I'm not going to take that guy very seriously, especially if he's supposed to be some big bad and he gets beat up by two like freaking teenagers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's how am I supposed to take this dude seriously if you don't take him seriously, as a writing team or, whatever. I don't know. I guess I'm just getting a little too deep with it, but it's just true. It's like, how am I supposed to take a villain seriously if you don't and the heroes don't? I don't know. It's weird. All right, so now we are onto a little tree. We have successfully built our little well there. It looks very cute, very cutesy little well with some very dangerous green stuff in it. I don't know what that green stuff's supposed to be. I'm still just going to say it's basically like a portal to a not so pleasant place, if you know what I'm saying. We got to get like Zach Bagans or somebody to come up here and investigate it. It's like we got some suspicious paranormal activity over here. Zach Bagans, we need to get a Zach Bagans Lego minifigure. I'm convinced. Like, Lego needs to license the Travel Channel and just get Zach Bagans Lego sets on the market, like, now. Like, you know how many cool buildings we could get out of that? Like, we could get La Purisma. We could get, like, some 1800s mansions and all sorts of stuff. We could get Civil War era and, you know, Revolutionary War places. And we could get what do you call that? Not the viaducts. It's over in Europe. I think it's under. It's the catacombs. You can get the catacombs and all sorts of stuff. That would be wild. Of course, I guess they could do that without making it a Zach Bagans Lego set, but I just think it would be neat. We have a very sweet lantern going on here. We got 3 of them in the set. So we got all sorts of cool little decorations. So that's pretty nice. I've enjoyed this set thoroughly so far. It is fantastic. I love it so far. It's got to be one of my favorite sets that I've built in a very long time. The Imperium Hunter Hound is a great set too. Like, I know I've been singing its praise the entire time, and that's because it deserves it. Like, there are some sets that I won't buy just because of how bad they are. And obviously, you know, I'm not going to buy something. I'm not going to waste my money on it if it's not good. You know, if I don't want it, I'm not buying it. You know, even though I love the franchise it's from, even if it might be important, I'm not going to buy it if I don't like it. You know? And I think that's something that more of us need to go off and do. Because if we support something that we don't like, it's like, you know, they're just going to do more stuff that we don't like because they think that we like it. You know, even if we express, man, this sucks, they're just going to keep making more because they know that you're going to buy it. You know, because if you bought the last one, of course you're going to buy the new one. You know, and that's what more people need to wake up and realize. It's like, if you don't like something, don't buy it. And then maybe they won't make more stuff that you don't like. It's kind of goofy. But yeah. This is a definite collector's set. I will say that. I haven't. I think we just finished the bag. I skipped some pieces though. Yeah, I definitely did. We need to finish tiling off our roof here, and then we will be done with bag number 3, and then the stream will be over. I broke it. Oopsie. So we were going to go off and get this done. All right, we got it. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and take my brick separator and bookmark our page here. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of this off stream and show off what we have. So here we have some blast doors, which is pretty sick. I'm not going to lie. We can see here that they open up nearly completely, and it's pretty cool. So we got our doors open here. You know, we can have figures standing in the doorway, and you know, just have them lurking outside. We can full on just slam them in the door and fully, you know, kick them out, you know, because they've been evicted because they're like the cat and can't do anything good except be bad for 5 seconds. We can take this tree and the tree can collapse. Never mind. The tree can move, though. That's the important part. Oh, never mind. I was just making it hit something. The tree can collapse and nearly smash somebody, but oh no, it's not collapsed all the way. And then somebody tries to climb over it, and then they get flung off into oblivion, never to be seen again. Maybe they fall directly, squarely where Ross would want them, into the pool of unknown terror. And then they drink some, and then they croak because it was poisoned. Who knows? Okay, but anyway, let me take a drink before I continue. That is so much better. Good night. So we have a fantastic set so far. Even though this is the very bottom floor, it is turning out to be a fantastic set. We got another doorway here where we can have one of our ninja, sneak in or something of that nature. They'd probably sneak in a little bit more, something like this. They grab onto the ceiling and push their feet through, maybe climb up the top, scurry around, maybe open one of the doors. Maybe, let's say our Imperium Claw Guard is, he's thinking, man, this place is really messed up. We better call Zach Beggins. Our ninja here just comes right through and kicks the dude in the face, steals his weapon, throws him inside. And he's like, that's what you get for making Kai drink the weird, nasty, oozy stuff outside. And then he throws the spear directly hitting the Claw General right where he doesn't want to get hit, right in the kidney where it hurts the most. And then Jay's like, okay, bro, we're just going to close this. And then they leave them there to perish. The end. But with that being said, this set looks like it would be a very fun toy. I would have loved this dang thing so far. And I do love it. I love it as a collector's piece. It looks fantastic. It moves great. It's got a lot of really cool little different things. I wish that this tree would not, make contact with stuff 24/7. But, I guess it's just because I need to put a little bit more of a lever into it. I need to really break it in to make sure that it moves all the way, because there's like a couple little gears back here that are really holding it in place. And I have really fat fingers, so it's kind of hard to get a hold of this piece and turn it in one smooth motion. But if I had smaller fingers, like even if my fingers are about the size of my pinky, I'd probably get a hold of it and really twist it real fast to make the tree like fully drop down real quick. It is a very fun little play feature. Very fun sets. I enjoyed building them with you guys. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the live stream. Lots of great stuff here. Thank you all so very much for watching. I appreciate it very much. And stay tuned for the reviews. I'm going to be building the rest of the set off of the air. And we're going to have a good time. I hope that you guys have a good day, good night, wherever you guys are. And thank you all so very much for watching. It has been a complete blast. And anyway, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye! I have to hit the button.